welcome back and Merry Christmas again. You are here on KTN Life and Style. This is Relationships Wednesdays with myself, Susan Jiroge, and of course my lovely co-host, Anne Nixie.
Shout out to you people and Merry Christmas. We gotta keep the energy going.
You know? It's pumped and it's awesome. And this segment is keeping it real. You guys know this segment by now. This is where we keep it 100. It's also where we read all your social media commentary and we get to see everything that you guys have been telling us. So remember to tweet us using the hashtag KTN Life and Style, or you can message the Facebook page KTN Life and Style. So let's get into it, because it's keeping it real. Nixie, do you want to introduce our guest?
Yeah, I'm very excited. Sharon is here with us. You all have seen this face, very familiar face, really beautiful. And you're gonna meet someone new. She's in charge of reservations here at Asiana Gardens. This is such a beautiful place.
It's so pretty.
It's amazing. Honestly, if I were the kind to get married, this would be the destination.
When are you
getting married?
Yeah.
What do you mean you're the kind to get married?
Wait, you asked what?
When are you getting married?
When am I getting married? And what do I mean?
What do you mean by the kind to be?
Confused. What is a marriage even? But her name is Yvonne. She's in charge of reservations and she's going to be telling us why they double the expenses when it comes to Christmas. Okay?
Yes.
Yeah, because I'm catching a feeling.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, Sharon, you guys may know her from radio, from TV. Anakwanga mali mengi. Then social media. Yeah, Mari. No, my Kiswahili, but you guys, I dropped Kiswahili. So don't add me. Let me just go back to the language I know. So Sharon is a journalist. She is a journalist with BBC. She also is currently doing an awesome partnership with KTN and BBC. So we brought it's KTN. It's Standard Group. Yeah, it's Standard Group up in the building.
It's a marriage.
Yes. You know?
Oh, literally.
Literally. But then she also has, it's a side hustle, but it's a pretty big side hustle. I don't know whether you can still call it a side hustle.
Also, which is the side hustle now?
Now it's a company called
Is
Backdrop
it the journalism
Agency.
that's the side
Atatuambia.
hustle?
No, she's here. She's here now, so she'll tell us.
Yeah.
She will tell us because she's here now.
We have to make money in this world.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like it's never enough.
It's never enough.
Like, it's nice to make some, but then you always want to make more.
Also, it comes...
And then it goes.
Yeah. I said this meme. It comes like, pace of a snail, and then it goes pace of an antelope.
Absolutely.
Literally. That's how money is.
Oh my God, you know what? I need to put that up like on my ceiling so I see it every morning first thing when I wake up.
So you can remember.
And I make better money decisions based on that.
No, facts.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're talking about travel.
My favorite topic.
Your favorite topic?
Favorite topic.
Why is it your favorite topic?
Because I think travel opens you up to new horizons. Because when you travel, you get to experience different things, different cultures, just a different way of thinking. And ever since I started traveling like properly, I realized that my perspective on so many things changed. So many things changed. So travel is one of those things you have to do at some point in your life, especially in your 20s.
Yeah.
Because you just get to realize that you don't know nothing. I was about to curse. You don't know nothing.
No, we don't do that here.
Don't do that here. Noted. I held it back.
Yeah.
See, that's what happens when you travel. You learn how to apply yourself to different
There you
environments.
go.
Oh, wow.
But yes, traveling is awesome. Everybody needs to be about that life.
Speaking of seeing new things when you travel, I have to ask Yvonne about this grass. You guys, I don't know.
It's
this
popping.
grass is, I've never seen
mesmerized,
grass like this.
that's true.
I'm trying to talk
it
about
real?
traveling and seeing
Yes,
things
it
you don't
is.
see. Miss Jayona Inyasi, tell us. Like, the first question you asked is it real?
Is it real?
Is
Yes,
it real?
It is, yes.
So it's growing.
Yes.
Inakatwa.
Yes.
So it can also dry.
Amazing.
We always water it. Yeah.
So you've never seen it get to dry?
I know it's can't because
I
we
doubt
always.
this Nyasi will do that.
And it's from
It's
where
imported.
unasikianga kuna sijui Kikuyu grass, I don't know what grass. Which
This
grass
is
this one?
Asiana grass.
It's
Yeah,
Asiana.
yeah.
authentic.
Imported Asiana grass.
Imported Asiana grass.
Yeah.
Umesikia? The grass is imported. Usione mimi na Nixie tu hivi, by the way. We've come to stand and step on imported grass.
We probably should cut a piece by the same.
Just take it home.
Take your garden to your compound.
But then again, talk to us about Asiana. When did it start? What was the idea behind the inception of this place?
Okay. We are fairly new. We are not.
Nataka wasikie ndio wareserve. Weka hiyo mic karibu na mdomo.
We are fairly new.
Your man Nyasi na kai. It's been 6 months.
It's almost a month now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Open.
Yeah.
Oh,
Open.
amazing.
Yeah, we opened on October, just the last week of October.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that it's so close to Nairobi.
Yeah.
But it feels like it's out of town.
Yes.
Sorry.
It's
Yes.
amazing.
Yes.
That's true.
Yeah.
Even the air is, you know, you usually live in Nairobi and you feel the air is clean. It's like, okay.
That's That's true. You got into through the gate, yeah? I mean, of course, this is an AM show. I was dead asleep on my way.
We all were.
But then I woke
still
up to a
am.
new world. I was like, dude, did we catch a flight or something?
It's so
you know, it's amazing. But and there is something that you said about when you started traveling properly.
Yes.
What does
What is
improper traveling?
I'm glad you raised that. So
Yeah.
by properly, I mean when you intentionally make a decision to say that you're going to travel to a certain destination. So when I started saying that, okay, in July, whatever, 2012, 2015, I'm going to go to, for instance, the Masai Mara. And that's when I realized you're intentionally making a decision to go visit a place, and you decide that the destination based on certain factors. So I think what young people need to start doing now in terms of traveling is just doing it deliberately. So like if, for instance, I think one thing that a lot of young people need to start doing is conscious travel. So this is the kind of travel where you visit a place because you're then giving back to either the community or the initiative that's being run by that particular place.
That's beautiful, actually.
Yeah, so I think we need to do that even more, because if you look at the environmental
Impact of travel.
especially when you look at eco travel, the biggest issue is that there's so much sort of tourism in certain spots that it's not really, in my opinion, fully spread out to other parts of the country. So you find like if you go to the Mara, especially when it's peak season, you'll find like 10 cars surrounding one leopard. And obviously the animal is scared. It's not exciting to necessarily see it that way. So what I think would be encouraging is for young people to travel to the Mara, but when it's not peak season. First of all, it's cheaper when you travel and it's not peak season. Cheaper, it's not as, crowded. And also we're trying to promote Kenya being an all year round destination.
Yeah.
Because some people only just go when it's the migration, when it's, it's been marketed to you as the best time to go is between certain times of the year. But if you travel, like if you go in like April, it's not crowded, it's cheaper. You get to see the same animal that's been there anyway.
True.
You might miss the migration, but it's still, a lot more interesting to go visit, and you're putting something back into the environment. So I just think we need to do more conscious travel, more wellness travel as well. Go to Lamu, do some yoga, reflect on life, meditate. It's not all the time you go down to coast, party after party after party. Sometimes it's nice to just go debrief, go over to Champagne Ridge in Kajiado, go down to Samburu, go to northern Kenya, see the communities out there in Samburu.
Yeah.
Like conscious travel, I think, should be the next big thing. And it's honestly much cheaper because a lot of these lodges are trying to take the money back to the communities that they're trying to improve. So it ends up like your money, as much as it might not be so cheap, but your money at least is being put back into something, a worthy cause. Yeah. So let's all do some conscious traveling in 2020.
I like that.
Where would
I
you
like
go
that.
for conscious travel? Like what would be an
Off the top
interesting
of my
destination
head,
for you? And you.
Asiania Gardens. No,
Plug.
no, I did. I think also it's about like also really doing your research, like what you're talking about. Like there's lodges that actually focus on helping the community they work within. So you need to identify those kind of places. We talked about this earlier when we're getting ready, when I told you that I went to Kakuma and it was like such an interesting experience.
Yeah.
I think also the way you mentioned
nice,
Northeastern,
actually.
is you have a perception. You're Kenyan, you live here.
Yes. So
But you have a perception of some places the way they are.
Yeah.
And it's like that thing of, even if you go to coast, there's things you can do in
Yes,
coast.
in fact, in
That's
Watamu,
totally
there's the
different.
Watamu Marine Park.
Yes, I've actually
And you
been
go
there.
down there and you get to learn so much about, what they're doing to conserve the marine life.
Yes.
And they have this really interesting project, I think, in Lamu as well, where they're refurbishing, or not refurbishing, they're trying to convert fishermen to become sort of reef rangers. So instead of being extractive and taking fish out of the marine, they're now training them to be conservationists.
Yeah. Wow,
and so
that's amazing.
you travel there and you learn all about this. At the same time, you're having fun. You're down by the beach,
Yes.
but also you're learning about conservation, and you're learning about how to preserve the environment. Because at the end of the day, with the way things are going with global warming and climate change, I think it's time we just get woke.
I watched a video that was even talking about how the percentage that we get of oxygen, that's majority, I think it's 70 or maybe even higher, is from the coral.
From the ocean.
Imagine.
That's true.
So, like you're talking about those projects, I know there's even one in Diani where they're focused on rehabilitating the coral, I guess, the parts that have died
Exactly.
out and taking care of our coral gardens. Because, guys, that's where the air we breathe comes from.
It's so bad in New Delhi. There's a bar where they're selling oxygen for $4. because of how heavily
wait, you
it's
mean you-
come to that.
Like the mask
These guys are
and you...
entrepreneurs though.
Are you serious? In a mask instead of a shot or something like that? You take a-
400 bob for oxygen because of how heavily polluted it is, and it's becoming a trend.
Wow.
So things that
It's that thing where people didn't
Except
ever
the
think
ozone
would
layer.
have bottled water.
Yeah.
Like people never used to think that would be a thing, but look at us
It's
now.
everywhere.
Yeah, everybody's competing to sell what? Water.
to sell water.
And
So
those
I think
bottles are the worst.
conscious travel, I'm telling you, is the future.
everything.
People need to start traveling with the destination in mind. How is my impact there as a tourist or as a traveler? How am I impacting that particular environment, that particular community? So don't just travel for the sake of going somewhere to just have a good time.
Yeah.
Have a good time that is altruistic. Have a good time that gives back to that community, and have a good time that is conscious as well.
Yeah.
So
Speaking
yeah.
of conscious traveling, even I wanted to understand for the 1 month that you've been around here and you're in charge of reservations, how do people prefer getting you, or how do people book the restaurant? Is it through sites like Booking.com, or do people prefer that one of we're just gonna walk in, we're just passing by and we're like, nah, acha tutuingie. Hizo nini accommodations in a couple acha to book. How have you found that people in our country, even the foreigners that come here, like to book your place?
Okay, most of them, they do phone calls because we are working on our website.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and our hotel is not on booking.com, but it's not yet. So most of the people call, even for reservations for dinners, breakfast, conferencing. Yeah, so what you can say, most of the people have seen us on social media, our Facebook page.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
They book
amazing.
through there. That's really cool. Talk to us about the facilities that you have available here. Of course, it's a little bit that they can see. Like there's a beautiful pool behind us.
So big.
I don't know who's. It's massive.
like an arena. I'm seeing there's seats on the side.
I think it could be
It's an
competition.
Olympic, swimming pool.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, so you can host swimming competitions
Yes,
here?
we can.
Wow.
That's
Interesting.
And you have conferences as well. That
Yeah,
I don't know
we
if they can
have
see kind of behind us as
A
well.
very big conference room that can hold, it depends with the setup, but it can hold a maximum number of 200 to 300.
That's pretty
That's
good.
amazing.
Yeah, and we have both swimming pool for the kids and the adults.
Kina Susan. Susan, can you swim?
Yeah,
You can swim.
and then
I don't believe you can swim. What? I can swim like a.
competitively. When I
For
was
real?
young.
Like you won?
Yes.
Lies.
wow,
Those
and
single A, double A, triple
see,
A.
go
I did
show
all
us.
of them.
Go
I'll
show
do it.
us.
I'll show you afterwards. I'll show you during the break.
okay, and also on weekends, on Saturdays and Sundays, we are doing swimming competition for the kids.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and we're giving giveaways for the kids.
Wait,
Yeah.
every Saturday, every other weekend?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Saturdays and Sundays.
It's all giveaways. Can you do an adult swimming competition? I'll come beat Sharon.
No, but you can pass for
Challenge
16-year-olds,
accepted.
So that
You know,
works. Yeah, that
Especially
works.
with these.
Yeah.
My pussycat
14
now.
years that
High school student, easily.
Yeah, so we're doing the competition, we're giving giveaways. And then for the kids swimming pool, it has like a pool. It's separated, like for the adults. If you just want to be around your kids, you don't want to leave them, you can use it's the middle swimming pool. It has
Also, you can see your child at a
Yeah.
safe distance.
Yeah, and
that's
you can
nice.
swim there. And also at the swimming pool, the pool for the kids, it has you can be served there, drinks and food. We don't do alcohol. We don't sell alcohol. It's a non-alcoholic
Establishment.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
That's amazing.
They knew
More
what to
such
a
places.
detox.
Yeah. But look at all this. It looks like the place where you just need to come, be at the
Yeah.
spa,
Yeah.
massage,
Yeah.
relax, But how have you, again, intentional traveling and whatever, you have to budget and all that. How much easy is it to travel using sites like Booking.com, which they are yet to join, other than making walk-ins or waiting for this festive seasons for you to sort of like, oh my God, we also need a trip or whatever. Do you get what I'm trying to
Yes,
get to?
I think-
I'm trying to not mention names of companies, so I'm just going to stick to the first one that I mentioned.
I see you, girl.
Yeah,
I see
yeah.
you.
Because I
We don't do some
discounts. I
advertising.
live for discounts.
I think the biggest discount you can ever give yourself is having a good in advance plan. a lot of the times people are trying to find last minute deals, which are great.
Yeah.
And there's actually a girl who does this website called lastminute.com.
I've seen it. Yeah.
And I think it's a fantastic idea because some of the destinations that she advertises on her platform are places where, I mean, no matter how much money you think you have or you're ready to spend, it's just so expensive that parting with that cash, you're just like, is it really worth it? So I love that she has this platform because it encourages people to try and travel, you know, a bit of luxury, spoil yourself a little bit, treat yourself. But I think the best way to travel on a budget is just plan a year in advance. Like I'm planning to go to Portugal next year, July, for Afro Nation, Portugal. And I've already started saving yesterday when they announced the dates. And because I'm planning to travel all the way next year in June, July, it's going to end up being cheaper because I'm just parting with a little bit of money every month to actualize that, you know, that travel plan. So there's nothing as cost effective as planning so much in advance that you don't actually feel the pinch of dropping a big chunk of money at once, because then you've literally been saving up for this thing. And don't touch your money, guys. You know, you start saving and then you're like, hey, like, you know, this outfit or my hair. Put your money aside, travel, spoil yourself to an amazing travel plan. Because at the end of the day, travel is not cheap. As much as you can travel to cheap destinations, I don't think travel should be cheap. I think travel is something you should save up for, spoil yourself, do it consciously as well. Because especially if it's a conscious travel plan, you're also giving back that money to a worthy cause. Yeah. So I don't think we should try go around looking for very, very cheap deals. I think that's a very cheap way of going about how you do self-care as well. Because I think it's important that you treat yourself to a nice little holiday somewhere.
That's true.
After all your hard work. Like me, I will be in Portugal. Catch me. It's going to cost me. I was doing the mathematics and I was like, Sharon, who do you think you are?
Where is it
coming from? That's why I said.
Now. Started in November.
I'm starting now. I'm putting aside like 3K a month. Probably a bit more as we get closer to the date.
Yes.
But I'm really trying to make sure that I can travel to Portugal, support the African artists that will be performing there. Because, you know, right now, Africa is a new wave.
No, it is.
It's a new wave. Everyone's getting on the bandwagon. And that's why I'm saying conscious travel is going out there for a plan. I'm not just going to Portugal because Portugal is a dope destination. No. I'm going there because we're getting, for once, we're exporting our own artists to perform at one of the biggest stages across the world. So if I go there and I spend money on my ticket, supporting an artist, that's the money that they then use to continue doing the amazing things that they're doing. So when you think about it like that,
like, amen.
Yeah. When you think about it like that, it just makes you feel more like you're traveling with a purpose.
Yeah.
And even if I go, I obviously try to derail all my friends. They're like, I'm not going to start saving at this point. Even if I go by myself, I'll be so happy with what I'm trying to achieve by just going for that particular event that I'll be happy with it. So conscious travel is just about thinking of the bigger picture around why you're going to where you're going.
And the way you focus, especially on young people, I think young people, they follow, you know, all these influencers and you're like, wait, but she's always...
But you see, my issue with following...
But I'm like, that's a deal. That's how it works.
Exactly. And
so
they've been paid.
Exactly.
And every time, because I get a lot of those DMs like, oh, how do you travel? And I'm like, I'm not traveling. First of all, I'm kind of technically working. But I think when you travel... and you're not being influenced by influencers. Because sometimes even influencers go to certain places where they would ordinarily not go.
That's true.
But they do it for the money. Yeah. And so I think influencers also need to separate what they do. Like they need to make it very clear that this is an ad or this is a campaign, this is work. So all my views are endorsed. Like just make it clear. But people don't like to do that because of
from international countries and other foreign countries. The one issue that I've had so many people complain about, or the one thing that I've had people say, I wish I knew, is travel insurance.
Yes.
Yeah. Could we just highlight the importance of that? Because most people think that's extra money for nothing, you know.
Let me tell you, till the day you
get malaria in Canada,
you know,
or
get Ebola.
And I have no bag. Yeah. You know, you're looking for the
actually small things like that.
Yeah, closest shop to buy innerwear. You know, it's literally your whole bag is gone. You know, the important things. If you had money in there, it is a crisis.
Yeah.
And of course, there's a lot more worse things that can happen. But even when it comes to traveling, if you're leaving your country, if you're going to that town, it doesn't cost you anything. But let me tell you, Google where the Kenyan embassy is in that city, that country you're going to. Google.
Yeah, in
People
advance.
go and lose passports and they're stranded and they're completely stuck. Always have some kind of hint. I think it's about being responsible. Like they were saying, you travel for party after party after party.
Yeah.
At some point, it's like you
lost half
Yeah.
of your things at some point. You don't remember where.
So Asiana Gardens is in Ongata Rongai.
Yes, it is.
Guys, okay, nyinyi watu unaongeanga vibaya mambo ya Rongai, by the way it's so far. You know that meme of Simba in Lion King? And then it's like,
go
uko
there.
Bali, don't go there.
That's Rongai.
Exactly.
And then they keep saying that there's so much dust here.
What
And
dust
I'm like,
have you
There's
seen?
no
Yeah.
this grass is
First
so
of all,
not-
you know.
First of all, there was more
Crazy.
dust inside my car coming from Nairobi
Yeah.
than I've experienced
Yeah.
out here. So you told us Asiana Gardens is just about a month old, and you talked to us a little bit about the facilities. I've even seen, I think it's a basketball court or a court that can be used to play basketball. There's swings and things for children.
Yeah.
How many rooms for accommodation do you have available currently at the point right now?
Okay, 5 rooms are ready. We have 15 rooms, but 5 rooms are ready. They are very affordable. You can take the whole cottage for like a number of 10 packs, maximum of 10 packs.
10 people,
Yeah, at 40,000 per
Oh,
night.
nice.
Yeah, but
Okay.
it's not inclusive of food. But our food are very affordable. Yeah, like
So you can have 10 people, 40K per night.
Yes.
That's 4K per person.
Yes.
You know, people are missing out
And,
on that
it's
particular
inclusive
line.
of swimming.
Just have your mic closer so people get to know that
Okay.
this is the place.
So it's inclusive. It's 4K per person.
Yes.
And you can use our pool. You can use our grounds. Your kids can get to play. We have bikes, but for hire.
Oh,
We-
nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
We do bouncing castle for the kids on Saturdays and Sundays. Yeah.
Susan loves the bouncing castle.
Yes, I do. Anyway, guys, we're going to take a tiny short break. We'll be right back after the commercials. Remember to keep tweeting us using the hashtag KTN Life and Style.